Summary of Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Introduction. David Goggins' childhood was far from the idyllic, carefree days spent playing outside. Instead, he faced trauma from an abusive father, extreme prejudice, and poverty in rural America. Statistically, Goggins was on a path to a life of depression and poverty. However, through self-discipline, mental toughness, and relentless hard work, he defied all odds. He transformed from a depressed, overweight young man with no future into a U.S. Armed Forces icon and one of the world's top endurance athletes. Goggins is the only person in history to complete elite training as a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller. He went on to set records in extreme endurance events and has been named the fittest real man in America. In Can't Hurt Me, Goggins shares his incredible story and reveals a path anyone can follow to push past limits, eliminate fear, and live life to its fullest. Chapter 1. The Early Life of Goggins. Born in New York in 1975, Goggins did not have the typical carefree childhood many experience. Instead of playing outside with friends, he was forced to work almost every night at his father's roller disco rink. At the young age of 6, Goggins' job was to look after the skating shoes, while his mother cooked dinner on a hot plate in the office. They worked until midnight and slept in the office, enduring loud, thumping music until the early morning hours. As a result, Goggins often fell asleep in class. Additionally, Goggins and his mother suffered frequent beatings from his abusive father, Toughness. At the age of 8, Goggins and his mother escaped to Indiana, hoping for a fresh start. However, they found themselves in the heart of racist, rural America. He was the only black kid in town and became a target of hatred and bullying. The trauma from his early years began to manifest physically, causing a nervous stutter, hair loss, and patches of discolored skin. These symptoms were the result of toxic stress, a condition caused by severe abuse that changes brain chemistry and keeps the body in a permanent state of fight or flight. By 4th grade, Goggins was placed in a special needs classroom and resorted to cheating to get through school. Despite his improving grades, he could barely read by the time he entered his teenage years. Chapter 2. The Accountability Mirror. In high school, Goggins met an Air Force recruiter who inspired him to dream of joining the Air Force. However, he realized that he lacked the education and skills required to pass the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, ASVAB. Feeling disgusted with himself, he shaved his head, revamped his wardrobe, and created what he called the accountability mirror. He wrote down small, achievable tasks on Post-it notes and stuck them to his mirror, gradually progressing to more challenging goals. This daily ritual of facing the mirror and reminding himself of his mission helped turn his life around. He studied relentlessly, trained rigorously, and eventually passed the ASVAB. However, Goggins faced a significant hurdle: swimming. Growing up, he had never seen a pool until he was 12 and was deathly afraid of water. During his military training, his fear paralyzed him, and he failed to overcome his swimming challenges. A medical test revealed that Goggins was predisposed to sickle cell anemia, which he used as an excuse to walk away from the military on medical grounds. Chapter 3. Turning his life around. After leaving the military, Goggins worked as an overnight exterminator in Indianapolis, weighing 300 pounds. One morning, after a particularly harrowing encounter with a nest of cockroaches, he questioned how he had ended up in such a miserable state. That same morning, he stumbled upon a TV documentary about Navy SEALs, the most elite and toughest fighting force in the world. Inspired by their mental toughness and determination, Goggins decided to join the SEALs. However, at 297 pounds, he needed to lose 107 pounds in less than 3 months to qualify. Goggins implemented a strict fitness regime, waking up at 4:30 a.m. to exercise for 2 hours, swimming for another 2 hours, followed by intense circuit training at the gym, and then spending the rest of his day on the exercise bike. He also used his accountability mirror to fight through depression and negativity. Incredibly, he lost the weight and joined the SEALs' 6-month training program, which selects the toughest candidates through grueling challenges, particularly during Hell Week. During his third and final attempt at Hell Week, Goggins developed the concept of the armored mind. He realized that to succeed, he had to demoralize his instructors and show them that their attacks were ineffective. By encouraging his team and demonstrating relentless perseverance, he managed to take souls, proving his mental toughness and determination. Chapter 4. The 40% Rule. After becoming a Navy SEAL, Goggins craved the challenges that Hell Week once provided. He discovered extreme long-distance running, or ultra-running, and decided to run 100 miles without any prior training. Despite experiencing severe physical exhaustion, he completed the race in 19 hours, demonstrating what he calls the 40% rule. According to this rule, when you think you've reached your limit, you've only given 40% of your effort. By pushing past this point, you can achieve incredible feats. Goggins qualified for the Badwater 135, the toughest foot race in the world, held in Death Valley during July. He trained rigorously and completed the race in 30 hours, finishing in 5th place. The 40% rule helped him push his limits and accomplish something extraordinary. Chapter 5. Uncommon against uncommon. After thriving in ultra-running, Goggins faced a new challenge, a hole in his heart, a condition that deprived his body of oxygen and could lead to sudden death. Despite this, Goggins had become one of the top performers, or uncommon amongst uncommon. When the Navy discovered his success in marathons, they made him a top recruiter, promoting the SEALs to young black men. Goggins excelled in his new role but needed another challenge. He decided to break the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours, requiring him to complete 5 pull-ups a minute for over 12 hours. After 2 failed attempts, he developed a new strategy and broke the record on January 20, 2013, with 4,021 pull-ups. To be uncommon amongst uncommon, you need to set specific goals and strive to be among the top performers. Whether it's being the first in your family to go to college or achieving a significant milestone, push yourself to reach new heights. Chapter 6. The Power of Our Minds. Despite facing significant adversity, Goggins defied all odds through hard work and commitment. He transformed from a struggling student and overweight exterminator into a Navy SEAL and ultramarathon runner. Goggins emphasizes the importance of daily decisions and perseverance in achieving success. He starts his day at 4 a.m. with a 6 to 10 mile run, cycles 25 miles to work, exercises during his lunch break, and cycles another 25 miles home. By owning your mornings and using your time wisely, you can achieve your goals. Goggins also stresses the importance of continually pushing your limits. Once you achieve a goal, set new ones to keep progressing. Whether it's improving your marathon time or taking on new challenges, never settle. Constantly striving for new achievements will bring you peace and happiness, knowing you've lived life to its fullest. Final summary. David Goggins overcame a traumatic, impoverished childhood through relentless hard work and commitment to his goals. He started with an accountability mirror, placing his goals on Post-it notes, and eventually passed the ASVAB to join the military. After overcoming his fears and losing weight, he became a Navy SEAL and discovered the power of his mind. By pushing through physical and mental barriers, Goggins achieved incredible feats, including becoming a successful ultra-marathon runner. You don't need to run 100 miles to crush your goals. Through hard work and determination, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Use Goggins' story as inspiration to push past your limits, eliminate fear, and live life to its fullest.